it says the manifestation or emergence, the Jagat Janma, which is Drishti, sustenance or continued existence, which is Sthiti, absorption or disappearance, Dvamsa, concealing or covering the existence by secretly making it invisible and uncognizable, Tirobhava, the bestowal of grace, which results in ultimate liberation, Vimuktayaha, which is the Mukti, which is the liberation, Anugraha. All these are the 5 actions, Krityam, of Sadashiva, who is associated with Shaktis, which serve as his instruments and body, who is holding the fruits in the form of enjoyment, Bhogas, and liberation, Moksha. These 5 actions are certainly being performed only by him. This is from the Mrigendragama, the Paramakosha Nirasha Prakaranam, which is in the 3rd verse, the 2nd chapter, the 3rd verse, which very, very elaborately talks. So the entire chapter actually talks about the different dimensions of Sadashiva. So here, this particular verse, in this in particular, mentions about the 5 cosmic actions through which Sadashiva governs the whole universe, through which he governs the whole cosmos, and how he rules the whole universe, the whole existence. This is one. Similarly, there's another in the Netra Tantra, which says, Srishti Sthitim cha Samharam Titanur Vidadhamyaham Evam Mame cha Jnanakhya Kriyakya Shakti Ruchyate Kriya Shaktya tu Srijati Jnana Shaktya Jagat Sthitim Samharam Rudra Shaktyascha. This is the Netra Tantra, the different verses described in the Netra Tantra. Here, Paramashiva tells, I am the causal abode of the 3 transcendental bodies, Drishti, manifestation of creation, Sthiti, maintenance and upholding, and Samhara, the dissolution and absorption. By my will, Icha alone, the Jnana Shakti, the power and manifestation of pure knowledge, Kriya Shakti, the power and manifestation of authentic action, is known and declared. By the Kriya Shakti, I create, project, manifest. By the Jnana Shakti, I maintain and uphold the universe. And by the Rudra Shakti, the power of Rudra, I destroy and rejuvenate. Here, very beautifully, the 5 actions, the 5 cosmic actions of Sadashiva, of Paramashiva, are described. So now, here we all got a basic idea of how exactly it is described. Now, we are going to be understanding how this maps to God. Please understand, we normally would have known God as generator, operator, destroyer, right? God, that's what it stands for. Swamiji has very beautifully reintroduced from Hinduism of how God, Sadashiva, is understood in his 5 dimensions. Paramashiva is understood through all his Panchakrityas, the 5 phases of Paramashiva. Here you all can see, this is another, here you can see, which will help you understand the 5 phases of Paramashiva, the 5 different phases of Paramashiva. So we all saw, now we saw the reference from the Netra Tantram, we saw how exactly Paramashiva is described here. And in this particular diagram, you all can see the 5 phases. Srishti is creation, Sthiti is sustenance, Samhara is rejuvenation, Trobhava is pulling out of delusion, Anugraha is liberation. So, these 5 phases and phases of Sadashiva represents the different dimensions, the different aspects, how he happens. So here, creation needs to be created. So the 5 dimensions, you all can see here clearly. How the Srishti is getting created. Creation needs to be created. Creation needs to be sustained. Creation needs to be rejuvenated. Creation needs to be pulled out of delusion, and creation needs to be liberated. See, let's listen. Many of the PSS3 participants, even PSS4 participants, intensely listening. Can I request all of you also to come on the YouTube, and you can post in the comment section the clicks you are having and if any doubts you are having. See, so far are all of us clear? Jiva, individual self, goes through the 25 states of consciousness. And when the individual self is seeing Ishwara, we see even God as Turiya Turyati. That much all of us are clear? Yes? Can you all give me a thumbs up if you're understanding so far? Thumbs up. Okay, great. Now, next, the 14 lokas. We understood how Jagat, from the POV of world, see, the POV matters, the point of view. What POV you're having when you're perceiving, when you're cognizing, like I mentioned. As an ant, if you see a bamboo stick floating on Ganga, it will look like the Ganga is completely divided into two, and these two are two separate rivers. But if you maybe slowly evolve into another smaller animal, you may see that the stick is on the Ganga, but you may still perceive that the stick is dividing the Ganga in two parts. But let's say as a human, when you see, you'll only see there's just a stick floating on the Ganga. It never really actually ever separated the Ganga at all. You may just pick up the stick and throw it in. As the POV, the point of view changes, your perception, the cognition you carry about things also change. All of us are catching this so far? If yes, can you all give me a thumbs up? Great. Now, we understood how the individual soul goes through the 25 states of consciousness, how the world, when you see from the POV of world, it looks like your God. God means living in the higher states of, higher levels of the universe. If a demon, like an asura or a rakshasa, they live in the nether worlds, the lower worlds. So, as a person, if you're cherishing the higher level cognitions, your identity in the higher worlds gets strengthened. You start getting more access to that higher worlds. We are understanding this much. This is the way how from Jagat, when we perceive from the POV of Jagat, Jagat means universe. Even God is seen as the cosmos. Are you all catching this? Now we are coming to the POV of God. How? As God from Ishwara, everything only looks as Ishwara. That is why even Ganga is Devi Ganga. She is a deity worshipped. Even a hill, Arunachala is Arunachala's Paramashivam. And millions worship and celebrate him. Everything, like I remember there was a question that someone asked Swamiji. This is in the Guaranteed Solutions book of Swamiji. If you've never read it, please do read it. It's such a wonderful book. And in that, there's a small excerpt from one of the programs where someone asked Swamiji, there are so many natural disasters that are happening. So many lives go away. Why is God not stopping them? Swamiji will say, see, for us, we cognize, see, I'm not quoting the exact words, I'm only paraphrasing and sharing my understanding. Swamiji will explain so beautifully how from the POV of God, it is like, how, for example, let's say suddenly your car goes over an anthill. For the anthill, the ants inside the anthill, it will look like natural disaster is happening, like tsunami, earthquake, whatnot it would have experienced. And for you, it will be a small, maybe just a hump on the road. The POV is completely different. Like that, for God, these disasters happen only as that small level when you see it in the cosmic scale. Now, everything that God sees, like from as Ishwara, what Paramashiva sees, where every one of us are gods. Everything is sacred. The cognition, that is why from Paramashiva's face, so beautifully Swamiji mapped it to the
5 phases and phases of Paramashivam. How? There are 5 basic units. In Western culture, we learn generator, operator, destroyer. These 3 to be functions of God. That's why you say G-O-D. But in Hinduism, we learn Panchakritya of Paramashivam. Means generator, creation, sustenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion. 5th one is liberation. That's his Omji will say, it's not G-O-D, God for us. It is Godel. It's G-O-D-D-E-L. Because he pulls you out of delusion and liberates you. Are all of you with me so far?
So we've understood so far what is the introduction to the individual self, the Jiva, right? We all understood about the 25 states of consciousness. The world, right? We all understood 11 dimensions, vertical times. Now we are understanding about Ishwara, God, Paramashiva, God. So this is very
a question from Keithan Givadaya, who is asking on YouTube. What are Srishti, Sthiti and Samhara being pulled out of delusion from? Actually, before going, we'll answer that. Thank you for our question. I just what are these 5 and which combination of these 5, and then we'll definitely answer. Thank you so much. And I also see many more viewers and George Rui and on YouTube. That's wonderful. Nice to see you all. Okay, come on. Now, let's understand this a little deep, okay? We're going to understand how 5 into 5 actually happens. How the 25 phase and phase of Paramashiva is. 5 phase creation, Satyojata creation, that is 60. The phase of Paramashiva's phase. Then substance, which is the Vamadev. This would correlate with Shiva Diksha because it's based on these 5 phases we are receiving the Shiva Diksha names, right? Aghora. Aghora is the phase of Paramashiva, who does destruction and rejuvenation. 4. This is the face of Paramashiva who puts illusion. Actually, we put ourselves in illusion, and he does it the way, and he only helps us pull ourselves out of illusion. So, this Anugraha, the Ishanya face of Paramashiva, who is liberation. Clear? In each of these 5 Panchakriyas, are you able to see us and hear us clearly?
And are you all with us so far? Please, can you all confirm?
If you can see us and hear us clearly. Great. Now I'm going to show to you all the table to understand about the 5 into 5 means creation needs to be created. Creation itself needs to be sustained. Creation itself needs to be rejuvenated. Creation itself needs to be pulled out of delusion. Creation itself needs to be liberated. Like this, each aspect, each dimension needs to go through the Panchakritya. See, for example, if the creation is not going through the rejuvenation, then you suffer with diseases like cancer. What is cancer? Uncontrollable creation of cells, where the rejuvenation is not happening properly. Uncontrollably, the cells are getting created. But the rejuvenation is not happening properly. Then the cancer happens. Am I right?
Actually, this answers even Keitanaya's question, because Keithanaya, This is where the creation, like Swamiji actually gives the analogy of the cell, where you can understand this so perfectly well. Like cell is a creation, you create it and then you sustain it. And then you need to rejuvenate the cell. You need to put it into delusion, pulling out of delusion and liberating it. Every entity, everything that is created has to be sustained, has to be rejuvenated. This is how each one happens simultaneously, spontaneously, and synergetically. See, we all think, oh, first it needs to be created, then it needs to be sustained, then it needs to be destroyed, rejuvenated, then it needs to be put into delusion. We always human mind, right? We think it happens in one order and then it goes one by one by one. That's why the logic of the cosmos changes. It's multi-dimensional. Swamiji beautifully tells. How many of you remember the Navatattva Satsang? Because even in that, Swamiji very beautifully explained how all of these creation, sustenance, enjoying the bhoga, all of it happens simultaneously, spontaneously, synergetically, without any gap. The moment something is created, that needs to go through its sustenance, that needs to go through its rejuvenation, that needs to be put into delusion, pulled out of delusion and liberated. If you just study this chart, you will understand it quite deeply. So here, the 5 phases of Paramashiva is here. You see Srishti, you see Sthiti, Samhara, which is the rejuvenation, Prabhava, which is where he pulls out of delusion, and Anugraha is where he liberates. You can see this particular chart that is here. So that is the 5th one, the Anugraha. Now, when Srishti is going through the Srishti, creations, then when the Srishti is going through the sustenance, creation needs to be sustained. What is created needs to be sustained. So, yes, hope you're all able to hear us now. Okay, so each of it, now sustenance, anything that needs to be created has to be sustained. Anything that is being sustained, anything that is being sustained has to be rejuvenated. So every aspect of it needs to happen. So if you see Srishti, goes creation, sustenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion, then Sthiti, sustenance needs to be created, needs to be rejuvenated, pulled out of delusion and sustenance.
This is 4. I think Ma Krista is trying to ask a question. Ma Krista, you can post it in the YouTube live chat so that even our viewers can see the question and we will be able to answer you. We won't be able to hear that live. So you will be able to post it, then definitely we will answer you. I'm seeing you on this. Okay, coming to Keithan Givardaya question. So is asking Sthiti and Samhara being pulled out of delusion from. Now, each of these phases each one is also from Paramashivam. Are you understanding that? Srishti is from Jyojati, Sthiti is from Vamadeva phase, and Samhara is from Aghora phase, and Trubhava is from Tatpurusha phase, and the Anugraha, the liberation, is from Ishwara Paramashiva. All these 5 are from the 5 different phases of Paramashiva. Now, each one of these, see, even every incarnation of, for example, when Bhagavan Brahma, he is manifesting, he also had to the rejuvenation process. At one point, Kalavirva had to come and tell, hey, come on, sign. You need to now go Vaikuntha. Same way when he Narasimha, even though what he was doing for the city, but even for him, he had to have a rejuvenation. We can see from any scale. Are you understanding? Understanding units. how the five phases and phase of Parama function, get a deeper level insight into what are the how you yourself into delusion, and how you yourself out of delusion, and how you help sometimes human others to pull themselves out of delusion. Maybe by giving them a full cognition, it's different how we as Jiva are experiencing that oneness of Paramashiva, experiencing that deep oneness, as is catching that, you will grasp what is enchant with you. Just grasp the oneness. So today's punchline, today when session, especially for the Paramashiva participants, we had a special session today.
Actually, as soon as Swamiji got the signs generated, the first thing Swamiji did was he came to the Paramashiva participants and Swamiji revealed it.
So Swamiji said, owner is Jiva, maker is Ishwara, and owned the owner is Jiva, maker is Ishwara, and made of Jagat. Jagat is what the Panchabhutas are, right? So from these Panchabhutas, the 5 elements, we are created. And the maker of this is Ishwara. Swamiji said, made of Jagat by Ishwara, owned by Jiva. Made of Jagat by Ishwara and owned by Jiva. This is how, just consciously, when you start grasping this, understanding this, you will start having conscious access to your own self. You'll understand what is, like Swamiji keeps saying, right? Like getting conscious access to that very source of the first person in you. When you just start understanding the oneness between Jiva, Ishwara, and Jagat, you experience moksha. Swamiji explained today, oh my God, just how there are 4 chapters in Brahma Sutras. People spend years trying to cognize, even to intellectually understand what Brahma Sutras are. But today's Paramashiva Sena participants are extremely lucky because Swamiji summarized the entire Brahma Sutras in 4 lines. Today we are going to be listening to that revelation from Swamiji. And let us all get ready for today's satsang. And now we are going to be taking you all through. See, we all understood these. We all understood these basics of what is Jiva, what is Jagat, what is Ishwara. Now, from this understanding, we are going to be entering into listening to today's satsang. Before we go into that, we are going to be taking you all through the different social media platforms through which you can directly connect with Swamiji. So let us all take a few minutes, quickly see what are the various social media platforms.
And we're going to now be entering in, we're going to be understanding the various different ways through which how you can connect to Swamiji and all the different platforms through which you can offer your prayers, your boons requests and blessings requests directly to Swamiji. Now, as all of us are getting ready to receive the satsang and very, very powerful darshan today, now we're going to walk all of you through the various different platforms through which you can post your prayer request, boons request directly to Swamiji.
Take a few minutes and kindly connect to us to the Kailasa's the largest digital nation is Kailasa. Take a few minutes and you can go to each one of these handles and directly connect to Swamiji and receive the blessings, any prayers, any boons you have. And if you also have questions from today's revelations of Swamiji and you want deeper understandings, you can post these questions today in any of these social media platforms. The first one is Kailasa's SPH Nithyananda YouTube channel. And like this channel, subscribe to this channel, go to the live chat section. Here you can post your prayers and receive the direct blessings from Swamiji for all the prayers that you have in the live chat section. And you can even post the questions that you're having, receive the direct answers, revelations from Swamiji himself. The next platform is Instagram. Take a moment and head to Kailasa's SPH Nithyananda Instagram handle. And here, you can follow this handle, click on the profile picture, and you will be able to post your prayers directly in the comment section of the Instagram live. The next is X, previously called as Twitter. Head to Kailasa's SPH Nithyananda Paramashivam handle on X. Follow this handle. Here's where you're going to be receiving the latest news and updates directly from Kailasa. Use the hashtag #AskTheAvatar, and you can post your prayers here and even the questions that you have. What did you understand as the oneness between Jiva, Jagat, and Ishwara? How? When Jiva, from the POV, point of view of Jiva, when you cognize Jagat and Ishwara, what is it that you cognize? And how, from the POV of Jagat, even Ishwara only becomes a cosmic realm. And the POV of Ishwara, even a river becomes sacred, like Mother Ganga, goddess. So, what did you understand from this? How do you understand the oneness? Take a moment and tweet it here and make sure to do it as a reply tweet to the pinned tweet.
We request every one of you to proactively share. Make sure you go and tweet it to share your understanding of these amazing revelations today.
And the next platform is Kailasa's SPH Nithyananda Paramashivam handle on Facebook page. So head to this Facebook page, like the page and follow this page. Come to the live video. Like the video, share this video with your family, with your friends. And here also in the comment section, you can post your questions or your clicks, the understandings you got from today's sessions, the PSS 3 and PSS 4 participants, even the Kailash Savasis, all of you can share here. What are the clicks, the understandings you got from today's satsang? And any questions you have, you can post them also here. We are also on TikTok and we are on 27 other social media platforms. So you can follow Swamiji through all these platforms.
And today, the Parliamentary House of Kailasa welcomes all of you for today's voting. Yesterday in the Satsang, Swamiji revealed to us all beautifully about the Pratyakṣa Pramāṇa, and Swamiji revealed to us about the different pramāṇas, the importance of each of the pramāṇas, whether it is Anumana Pramāṇa, Shabda Pramāṇa, or the Pratyakṣa Pramāṇa. Starting with Pratyakṣa Pramāṇa, then the Shabda Anumana Pramāṇa, then the third being the Shabda Pramāṇa. So the question that we have for all of you today is how all these Hindu sciences, when Swamiji's established Kailasa, where through the law, legitimacy, political legitimacy is given and protection is given to all the Hindu sciences, and they can be practiced without any restriction and without the fear of being persecuted. And today, Swamiji has established, despite Swamiji himself going through persecution for this, Swamiji has established this for all of us Hindus to experience and freely practice. Our question for all of you is, how can you participate to further the benefit from what Swamiji is gifting to the humanity? We have a few options listed for all of you. We request you all to go to kailasa.org/Hindu-votes and please cast your vote and share with us what your thoughts are. And we thank all of you for your participation. We are just a few moments away from receiving the darshan. Before we enter into the darshan, let's all listen to the latest updates from the Ask Nithyananda AI, right after which we will be entering into the darshan.
Are helping others to use it, enriching it, causing it, all of you are going to be not only getting that punya, good karma, you are all part of this awakening the mass for enlightenment and conscious sovereignty. The AI at AI, Nithyananda GPT, literally your Atma Guru, focusing, giving superconscious breakthrough to the whole humanity in mass scale, putting all my last 40 years of sincere hard work. You may be thinking, what is happening? I am personally sitting and doing this Nithyananda GPT. So it is going to be something unique, actually. Already,
Nithyananda, and welcome to all the viewers as we all get ready for the beautiful live darshan, the very powerful live darshan and satsang that's going to be happening. We will be now just taking you over to Ask Nithyananda to just give you a glimpse of how Ask Nithyananda can help us understand the powerful cognition and truths that Swamiji is going to be giving in today's darshan. So Ask Nithyananda is the world's first spiritual AI, and it is the digital version of Swamiji designed and customized for you. So there are a lot of features and beautiful ways that you can use Ask Nithyananda in your daily life. So let's get right into that.
Yes, so the first step to start using Ask Nithyananda is to become a citizen of Kailasa. And right now, we'll show you how you can do that through the WhatsApp. You can send us a WhatsApp message on the number you can see on the screen, or scan the QR code, and step by step you will be guided to receive your Kailasa e-citizenship ID card and gain access to all the digital services of Kailasa, including Ask Nithyananda, which is also available on the WhatsApp. So now let's take a moment and start using Ask Nithyananda through the WhatsApp. You can send us a WhatsApp message or scan the QR code, and you will be taken to your personal chat with Swamiji himself, when you can ask any questions, guidance, boons, prayers, and receive customized guidance for you. And now we're going to look into all the other features which is available on the portal.
So Ask Nithyananda on the web portal has a lot of other features like 40 plus models, the voice mode, and many more features. So all of you can head over to nithyananda.ai. This is the landing page of Ask Nithyananda, and you can read about all of these models, and also you can even try them out by going over and clicking on Try On Site button. So this will take you to the site and you will be able to do that. So also make sure to share Ask Nithyananda with your friends and family. And with that, let's continue to the darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, BHAGAVAN SRI NITHYANANDA PARAMASHIVAM. Thank you all. Nithyanandam.
treasure, talent, using it, or helping others to use it, enriching it, causing it, all of Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om
Connecting with the divine with your eyes closed is meditation. Connecting with the divine with your eyes open is darshan. Come, let us all now move from meditation to darshan. Slowly, very slowly, please open your eyes.
गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः स्थावरं जङ्गमं व्याप्तं येन कृत्स्नं चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः चिद्रूपेण परिव्याप्तं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः सर्वश्रुतिशिरोरत्न समुद्भासितमूर्तये वेदान्ताम्बुजसूर्याय तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः चैतन्यशाश्वतशान्तो व्योमातीतो निरञ्जन
Vijayotsavam, Jivanmukti Jayanti Mahotsavam, and the Pachapatni Vratam. Rajarajeshwari Brahmotsavam celebrates the divine feminine consciousness, the worship of the cosmic mother Devi Rajarajeshwari, who is the royal and most supreme goddess. Vijayotsavam marks the celebration of victory over the anti-spiritual elements, which started on the Hindu Holocaust Observance Day, March 2nd. It is 15 years before, when the anti-spiritual elements tried to undermine the sacred mission of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the reincarnation of Paramashiva. Using all the lawfare, media, rowdies and thugs, the anti-spiritual elements tried and were unsuccessful in over 100 murder attempts on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. After attacking the incarnation of Paramashiva, the anti-spiritual elements ultimately got destroyed by their own karma. And by the grace and protection of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, today we stand victorious. Today we worship and offer our gratitude to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism during this Vijayotsavam celebrations. The Jivan Mukti Jayanti Mahotsavam celebrates Jivan Mukti Grantha, the Living Enlightenment book, which was revealed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism over 16 years ago. This science was revived to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity and give the experience of Paramadvaita to all beings. Living enlightenment, Jivan Mukti, is the software Paramashiva revealed to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism for the modern age. Every year, Mahamari, Devi Indrakshi observes the Pachapatni Vratam, purifying both the Prakriti, nature, and offering devotees a chance for self-purification alongside her. Today, let us worship Lakshmi Saraswati and Rajarajeshwari, Nithyanandeshwari, Paramashiva Shakti, Kalabhairav Swami, and all the ferocious forms of Paramashiva, the Jivan Mukti Grantha, the Living Enlightenment book, and Devi Nithyanandeshwari, Paramashiva Shakti, Indrakshi Devi, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and his deities in Kailasa's temples around the world.
चंद्रमौलिरबला अपर्णा उमा पार्वती काली हैमवती शिवा त्रिनयनी कात्यायनी भैरवी सावित्री नवयौवना शुभकरी साम्राज्य लक्ष्मी प्रदा चिद्रूपी परदेवता भगवती श्रीराजराजेश्वरी बानर विद्युतिमिन्दु किरीटां तुंगभुजां नयनत्रययुक्तां स्मेरमुखीं वरदाङ्कुशपाशभीतिकरां प्रभजे भुवनेशीं नेत्राणां दशभिष्यते परिवृताम् अत्युग्रचर्माम्बरां हेमाभां महतीं विलम्बितशिखा मामुक्तकेशान्वितां घण्टामण्डितपादलग्नयुगलां नागेन्द्रकुम्भस्तनीम् इन्द्राक्षीं परिचिन्तयामि सततं प्रत्यक्षसिद्धिप्रदाम् सहस्रदलपङ्कजे सकलशीतरश्मिप्रभं मराभयकराम्बुजं विमलगन्धपुष्पाम्बरं प्रसन्नवदनेक्षणं सकलदेवतारूपिणं स्मरेच्छिरसि हंसकं तदभिमानपूर्वं गुणम् अथ धूपः ॐ दशाङ्गं कुक्कुलोपेदं सुगन्धं सुमनोहरम् आग्रेय सर्वदेवानां धूपोऽयं प्रतिगृह्यताम् श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिवशक्ति श्रीमद्राजराजेश्वरी पराभट्टारिकायै नमः श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिवशक्त्यै नमः श्री कालभैरवस्वामिने नमः जीवन मुक्ति ग्रन्थाय नमः ओम ह्रीं श्रीं इन्द्राक्षीं श्रीं पें स्वाहा श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिवशक्ति इन्द्राक्षी देव्यै नमः श्री सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः धूपमाग्रापयामि अथ दीपः ओम साज्यं त्रिवर्ति संयुक्तं बन्धिना योजितं मया ग्रहाणमङ्गलं दीपं त्रैलोक्यतिमिरापहम् श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिवशक्ति श्रीमद्राजराजेश्वरी पराभट्टारिकायै नमः श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिवशक्त्यै नमः श्री कालभैरवस्वामिने नमः जीवन मुक्ति ग्रंथाय नमः ओम ह्रीं श्रीं इन्द्राक्षीं श्रीं पें स्वाहा श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिवशक्ति इन्द्राक्षी देव्यै नमः श्री सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः दीपं सन्दर्शयामि अथ नैवेद्यम् ओम अमृते अमृतोद्भवे अमृतवर्षिणि अमृतं श्रावय श्रावय स्वाहा श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिवशक्ति श्रीमद्राजराजेश्वरी पराभट्टारिकायै नमः श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिवशक्त्यै नमः श्री कालभैरवस्वामिने नमः जीवन मुक्ति ग्रंथाय नमः ओम ह्रीं श्रीं इन्द्राक्षीं श्रीं पें स्वाहा श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिवशक्ति इन्द्राक्षी देव्यै नमः श्री सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि नैवेद्यानन्तरमाचमनं समर्पयामि नीराजनम् ॐ साङ्ग्रहण्येऽस्त्यायजते इमां जनतागुं सङ्गृह्णामीति द्वादशारत्नीरसना भवति द्वादशमासाः संवत्सरः संवत्सरमेवावरुन्धे मौञ्जी भवति ऊर्ध्वे मुञ्जाः ऊर्ध्वमेवावरुन्धे चित्रा गात्रं भवति चित्रं वा एतत् कर्म सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणि नमोऽस्तुते सृष्टिस्थितिविनाशानां शक्तिभूते सनातनि गुणाश्रये गुणमये नारायणि नमोऽस्तुते शरणागत दीनार्थ परित्राणपरायणे सर्वस्यार्ति हरे देवी नारायणि नमोऽस्तुते कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति श्रीमद् राजराजेश्वरी पराभट्टारिकायै नमः। श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति नमः। श्री कालभैरव स्वामिने नमः। जीवन मुक्ति ग्रंथाय नमः। ओम ह्रीं श्रीं इंद्राक्षीं श्रीं तें स्वाहा। श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति इंद्राक्षी देव्यै नमः। श्री सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः। कर्पूर नीराजनं सन्दर्शयामि रक्षां धारयामि। शोणाद्रीशावताराय ज्योतिस्तंभस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। तत्त्वज्ञानप्रदाताय नित्यानन्देश्वररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। मूलप्रकृतिरूपाय परमशिवशक्तिस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। दण्डत्रिशूलहस्ताय कालकालस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। आदिपूज्याय देवाय सकृत्पूर्णत्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। सर्वाभयविनाशकाय शत्रुसंहाररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। योगभट्टाभिषिक्ताय राजसन्न्यासधारिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। सार्वभौमैकवत्याय राजराजार्चिताय च श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। मङ्गलम् कल्पवृक्षाय मङ्गलम् ज्ञानदायिने परमशिवाय श्रीनित्यानन्देश्वराय मङ्गलम्। मङ्गलम् श्रीविद्याम्बायै मङ्गलम् कामदायिन्ये सर्वमङ्गलधात्री नित्यानन्देश्वर्यै मङ्गलम्। मङ्गलम् गुरुदेवाय मोक्षमूलाय मङ्गलम्। परमावताराय नित्यानन्दाय गुरवे मङ्गलम्। हरि ओम् तत्सत्। सर्वं भगवत् श्रीनित्यानन्द परमशिव पादुकार्पणमस्तु। ॐ नित्यानन्दम्।
நித்யானந்த பாதம் தாங்கும் பாதுகை அளவில்லாத புண்ணியம் கொண்ட அதி அற்புத பாதுகை. ஆதிதேவ நித்யானந்த பாதம் தாங்கும் பாதுகை அளவில்லாத புண்ணியம் கொண்ட அதி அற்புத பாதுகை. சோதி தெய்வம் நித்தியம் வரும் சேதி தன்னை கூறவே சோர்ந்திடாது பிறவி தாங்கும் சீர்மிகுந்த பாதுகை. சோதி தெய்வம் நித்தியம் வரும் சேதி தன்னை கூறவே சோர்ந்திடாது பிறவி தாங்கும் சீர்மிகுந்த பாதுகை. ஆதி தேவ நித்யானந்த பாதம் தாங்கும் பாதுகை அளவில்லாத புண்ணியம் கொண்ட அதி அற்புத பாதுகை. ஆதி தேவ நித்யானந்த பாதம் தாங்கும் பாதுகை அளவில்லாத புண்ணியம் கொண்ட அதி அற்புத பாதுகை. கூடி யான பாதுகை வேதியனாம் நித்யநந்தன் ராஜநடை இடுகையில் வேதநாதமாய் விளங்கும் இந்த யான பாதுகை 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 நித்ய பாதுகை பாதுகை நித்ய பாதுகை தேடி தேடி கண்டிடாது மாலை சோர்வில் ஆழ்ந்திட நித்தியம் நித்தியன் பாதம் பற்றும் பாக்கியம் கொண்ட பாதுகை தேடி தேடி கண்டிடாது மாலை சோர்வில் ஆழ்ந்திட நித்தியம் நித்தியன் பாதம் பற்றும் பாக்கியம் கொண்ட பாதுகை தனையன் சாற்றும் பாதுகைகள் தாங்கும் பூமி தாயினை அமைதி ஆனந்தத்தின் எல்லை கொள்ள செய்யும் பாதுகை தனையன் சாற்றும் பாதுகைகள் தாங்கும் பூமி தாயினை அமைதி ஆனந்தத்தின் எல்லை கொள்ள செய்யும் பாதுகை நித்யானந்தன் நடை பயிலத்துகள் கிளப்பி பூமியில் ரோக சோக தோஷம் தன்னை தீர்க்கும் சத்திய பாதுகை நித்யானந்தன் நடை பயிலத்துகள் கிளப்பி பூமியில் ரோக
उपासकानां यदुपासनीयम् उपात्तवासं वटशाखिमूले तद्रामदाक्षिण्यजुषा स्वमूर्त्या जागर्तु चित्ते मम बोधरूपम् अद्राक्षमक्षीणदयानिधानम् आचार्यमाद्यं वटमूलभागे मौनेन मन्दस्मितभूषितेन महर्षिलोकस्य तमोनुदन्तम् विद्राविताशेषतमो गणेन मुद्राविशेषेण मुहुर्मुनीनां निरस्य मायां दयया विधत्ते देवो महान्
परमशिवस्य व्याख्यानदक्षिणामूर्ति वीणादक्षिणामूर्ति योगदक्षिणामूर्ति गुरुमूर्ति अश्वारूढमूर्ति तथा च देवगुरु बृहस्पति एवं असुरगुरु शुक्राचार्यरूपत्वेन तथा च परापरत्वेन अहं भवद्भ्यः सर्वेभ्यः परमाद्वैतस्य आशीर्वादं प्रयच्छामि। परमशिव के व्याख्यान दक्षिणामूर्ति वीणा दक्षिणामूर्ति योग दक्षिणामूर्ति गुरुमूर्ति एवं अश्वारूढ़ मूर्ति के परमावतार के रूप में तथा देव गुरु बृहस्पति और गुरु शुक्राचार्य के रूप में मैं आप सभी को परमाद्वैत का आशीर्वाद देता हूँ। As the ultimate manifestation of Paramashiva's Vyagyana Dakshinamurti, Veena Dakshinamurti, Yoga Dakshinamurti, Gurumurti, Ashwaruda Murti, and as Deva Guru Brihaspati and Asura Guru Shukracharya, and as everyone and beyond, I bless you all with Paramadvaita. Om, Om, Om. Paramashiva's direct message from Mahakailas. Paramasatyas about pramāṇas. Listen. The ultimate revelations about pramāṇas. Yesterday I was explaining Shabda Pramāṇa, Pratyakṣa Pramāṇa, various pramāṇas. I have totally 25 pramāṇas. I am going to explain all the 25 pramāṇas. Today, the Paramashiva's message is so unique and important. It's like he just downloaded terabytes and terabytes of material today in Samadhi, and I'm going to present everything as Paramashiva revealed, step by step by step, and then connect everything for all of you to experience. Listen, I am speaking about 25 various pramāṇas, and yesterday I started explaining only 3 pramāṇas. Still I need to go 22 more. Oh, oh, oh. Listen. Listen. Just today's satsang, if you understand and internalize, I can give you many powers, including the boon of Ichcha Mrityu. Listen carefully. Yesterday's satsang, I was explaining about 25 pramāṇas in Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Thus, each different method of knowledge or the source of knowledge is called pramāṇa. And when I was explaining those pramāṇas, which is not yet done, I am going to explain the remaining 22. Only 3 I explained, remaining 22 I am going to explain. To understand all these source of knowledge, the pramāṇas, you need to understand how Hinduism Sanatana Hindu Dharma reveals the ultimate truths and how, when you try to understand these ultimate truths layer by layer by layer, everything falls in place. Understand? This is one of the quality, whether you should accept someone's Vakya Pramāṇa. Listen, yesterday I was explaining the Vedas and Agamas and the words from bona fide incarnation, a bona fide Guru is Shabda Pramāṇa. That is, his Vakyas are Shabda Pramāṇa, Shastra Pramāṇa and Apta Pramāṇa. This two is considered to be Shabda Pramāṇa. It is actually very intense revelations, and sometimes you need to be intense and very sincere to imbibe. And it is good to be intense and imbibe, because these great truths can form a new foundation for your life. Then naturally your life will become new, because you are very cognizant about you and the whole universe and God. Everything will change. So listen. The Shabda Pramāṇa means, yesterday in the 25 I was explaining Shabda Pramāṇa only. Shabda Pramāṇa means the pramānas from Vedas and Agamas, the authentic scriptures, and the authentic Guru or an authentic incarnation, their words, is taken as Shabda Pramāṇa. Now, who is the Guru or incarnation whose words you should take as Shabda Pramāṇa, whose words make you understand everything simultaneously and spontaneously, synergetically? His words only can be taken as Shabda Pramāṇa, Apta Pramāṇa, because the knowledge in Sanatana Hindu Dharma is spontaneous, simultaneous, synergetic, dynamic. It is not dead words heard, memorized and repeated. No. The anubhuti, see, heard, memorized, repeated, that is the job of a pandit, to keep the original verse alive. That is Shastra. That's different. But the Guru who gives the anubhuti, when he reveals you will see everything falls in place. In one satsang, he will remove your 10,000 questions. He will answer your 10,000 questions and he will equip you with such powerful clarity. You will be able to answer everyone's questions. So today's satsang is that kind of a satsang. So listen. Paramashiva started downloading today about these pramāṇas. Everything you need to know in life is about Jiva, Ishwara, Jagat, Moksha. Jiva means individual soul. Ishwara means God. Jagat means cosmos, universe, world. Moksha means the ultimate state. Everything is just these three, just these four. That is why the whole Brahma Sutra is just these four only. About Brahman, about Jiva, about Jagat, and about Moksha. Listen. If you see from the point of view of Jiva, the individual soul, even God is one of the state of your consciousness. The Jiva goes through 25 states of consciousness. I am projecting here for all of you to see. Listen. From the POV, point of view of the Jiva, you go through 25 states of consciousness. Even God is your Turyatita. That's all. And this universe is nothing but your experiences during various states of consciousness. And Mukti is nothing but you residing in that highest state of consciousness. Listen. Jiva. From the POV, point of view of Jiva, sorry for the technical glitch. We will be projecting now. Listen. From the point of view of Jiva, God himself is only one of the state of consciousness. Universe is the different places you experience during different states of consciousness you go through. Mukti is nothing but you residing in the highest consciousness, Turyadita, Turyadita, that's all. These 25 states of consciousness, as an individual soul, how you go through, if you understand that, just these various states of consciousness, if you understand, and how you go through that, you will know God Himself is only one of the state of consciousness you will experience. Turyadita, Turyadita. Your highest consciousness is Paramashiva. And these various lokas, various universes, Jagat, is nothing but the various spaces and places you experience when you go through the different states of consciousness. Mukti is nothing but you residing in Turyadita, Turyadita permanently, eternally. That's it. Now next, Ishwara. What is Ishwara? Yeah. Entity which has independent intelligence, Sat, its existence, Chit, conscious about its existence, Ananda, blissful because it can play with its existence and powers in any way. That is Ishwara. From the point of view of the Ishwara, if you see the 25 paces of Paramashivam, 25 paces of Paramashivam. Listen, from the point of Ishwara, if you see, even Jagat is one of the God. The every part of the Jagat you see is one of the manifestation of one God. See, from the point of view of the Ishwara, God, even if you see Ganga, it is not just universe, matter, no, Devi, Ganga Devi. If you see Arunachala, it is not just a hill, heap of mud and stone, no, Paramashiva. Kailasa, it is not just a huge stone and ice, no, Paramashiva. Understand? From the point of view of God, even universe is God and Jiva is just what he lets to play with himself. Ekoham bahushyamaha. It's like he decides, let me play with my creation power, sustenance power, rejuvenation power, pulling out of delusion power, liberation power. He is dancing like a huge fire column. When he is dancing, a small fire particles fly. The fire particle coming out of that huge fire column, that is creation. And that fire particle flying is sustenance. And that fire particle coming back to original source can be called as rejuvenation or destruction, or before it reaches, it just goes here and there, is delusion, and finally it was pulled back into him, into that fire column, and becomes one, liberation. That fire feels like it is almost about to put off, is like destruction. All this, Jiva is nothing but part of Paramashiva left to play with himself. He just lets part of him to play with himself is Jiva. What is mukti from the point of view of God? In every level, not losing your Sat Chit Ananda, that you are the Lord. You are independent intelligence, you have power over everything, and you are blissful about your existence. Not losing this state is mukti. When you become Jiva, if you don't lose this state, it is mukti. Even while you are in as a Jiva. That is what is Jivan Mukti. And even when you become a river, Ganga, if you don't lose this Satchit Ananda state, then you are Ganga Devi. You are not just a collection of water flow. No, you are Ganga Devi. So, not losing your Satchit Ananda is mukti from the point of view of the God. Then comes point of view of the Jagat, cosmos, universe. Listen, from the point of view of the cosmos, even God is nothing but his highest space. The highest space in the universe is Kailasa. That space is Paramashiva. Anyone who reaches that space radiates Paramashiva. And the mid-level is Bhumandala. Anyone in this space has an option to go up or down. The freedom of karma. Listen, I am not talking bondage of karma, freedom of karma. You need to understand this word, freedom of karma. Yesterday in the Satsang, project Mandala. Listen, yesterday when I was explaining about Pramāṇa, I told Pratyakṣa Pramāṇa means anything you experience through the senses, that knowledge is Pratyakṣa Pramāṇa. direct knowledge gained through sensory experience. But always in Sanatana Hindu Dharma, in all scriptures, you are told not to allow the sensory pleasures, because that can disturb you, divert you, destroy you. So people are repeatedly asking, Swamiji, what about that and this? Listen. Addiction to the sensory pleasures actually stops your ability to have pure Pratyakṣa Pramāṇa. Someone who is addicted to food can never have a proper knowledge about food. What is proper knowledge? Which food is good for your life, which enriches your life, strengthens the flow of your life. You will never have the Pratyakṣa Pramāṇa if you are addicted to certain food. Same way with every sense. With every sense, addiction to sense objects will not allow Pratyakṣa Pramāṇa. So don't confuse between the two. Now I am coming back to this. Listen. Freedom of karma means you have freedom to do what you want and create an ecosystem around you and raise yourself to the any loka or lower yourself to any loka. That is the Bhumandala speciality. That is why the Bhumandala is called Karma Bhumi. So let me come now. From the point of view of the cosmos, even God is one of the time zone, vertical time zones, one of the time zone of the cosmos, universe. Even the Asuras are one of the lower time zones of vertical time zone. So any thing in the different time zones of the universe is that God or human being or the Asura or that being. So God himself, from the point of view of the universe, is only one of the space, and any Jiva, individual soul, is also one of the Jiva in different spaces. Now, what is Mukti as per the cosmos view? The whole. Any Jiva which can feel the whole universe, one with the whole universe, how the universe feels about itself, if any Jiva feels, that is Mukti. Because God feels one with that universe, he is Nitya Mukta. Understand? From the point of view of the universe, I have defined what is Jiva, what is Ishwara, what is Mukti. Now, what is moksha? From the point of view of the moksha, I will define what is Jiva, what is Ishwara, what is Jagat. Listen carefully. Jiva Ishwara, Jagat, all the three is simultaneous, spontaneous manifestation of that one Param, Parama, Paramburul. That one Paramburul simultaneously, spontaneously, synergetically manifests and plays as a Jiva, Ishwara, Jagat. This is Mukti. And if a Jiva understands this, it enjoys Mukti. If Ishwara understands this, he enjoys Mukti. Because Ishwara eternally understands this, he is Nitya Mukta. When Jagat understands this, it rests in itself as Nitya Mukta, eternally auspicious. Listen. All traditions centered on Jiva is knowledge traditions. I tell you, people who think, look for solutions, understanding from Jiva POV, point of view of the Jiva, that gives birth to all the knowledge traditions, jnana traditions, like Advaita and various jnana sampradayas. All knowledge traditions from the point of view of the Ishwara gives birth to bhakti traditions. All bhakti traditions are not Dvaita traditions. No. Be clear about it. All point of view from the point of view of the Ishwara, the traditions originates is bhakti traditions. The bhakti traditions starts manifesting from there. This point POV of Ishwara gives birth to bhakti traditions. Then POV of the universe, Jagat, gives birth to all Vijnana traditions. Jiva-centric understandings, knowledge gives birth to Jnana Sampradayas. Ishwara point of view gives birth to Bhakti Sampradayas. Jagat point of view gives birth to Vijnana Sampradayas. The moksha-centric view is Paramadvaita. What I am teaching, I am revealing to all of you is moksha-centric view from moksha, how Jiva is perceived, from moksha, how Ishwara is perceived, from moksha, how Jagat is perceived. So, from moksha, if you perceive Jiva, you will perceive even Jiva for moksha. Listen, from moksha, when I teach you about Jiva, even your understanding about Jiva will be for moksha. From moksha, when I reveal the truths about the Ishwara, even your understanding about Ishwara will be far moksha. From moksha, when I reveal the truths about the Jagat, the point of view of Jagat from moksha, so even your foundational understanding about Jagat will lead you to moksha. That is why I am a moksha-centric Paramadvaita Sampradaya. Means Anubodhi-centric, Moksha Anubodhi-centric Paramadvaita Sampradaya. Listen, Ragi Annan is saying, beloved Swamiji, please help me to understand this satsang. Listen. Maybe I'll try to explain more elaborately. Surely I'll make you all understand, and not just understand, live, experience, manifest this satsang. That's the reason this being is manifesting. Paramashiva is manifesting as this being. So listen. This is the fundamental definition about Jiva, Ishwara, Jagat, Moksha. Now, why this revelation came, I'll tell you. Why this revelation came, I'll tell you. Listen. If you observe, whenever I reveal some deep truths, automatically my legs will fall into Padmasana. This is an important understanding you need to have, because the truths, the powers manifesting through your body and the posture in which your body sits as direct relationship. By lying down relaxed way, you can't scream. If you observe, you are just lying in your bed and somebody called, you picked up, you saw it's your wife, and the conversation has started going into argument, fight. By the time it becomes fight, you will not be able to be lying down and fight. You would have already sat up. If you observed this, if there is an argument or a fight, even in the phone call, you won't be able to be lying down and do that. You would have already sat up. The body, posture, asana, and the happening of your consciousness as close relationship. Listen. Now I'll tell you how these great Paramasatyas, ultimate truths, Paramashiva downloaded. Because continuously I am working on Kayakalpa process. Still I have not yet announced it to public, but I already started making all the arrangements. We have 4,000 hectare land, means around little more than 8,000 acre land in Ecuador, given to us by one of the indigenous nation. Is going to be world's largest monastery. 4,000 hectares is almost like a 9,000 884.2 acre. This land is going to be dedicated largest monastery, but focused on Kayakalpa. Listen, Kayakalpa is the science of living as long as you want. Death is option. Listen, living healthily, not in the bed, under the medication, or with the help of the machines. No. Healthy living. As long as you want. This science is available in Sanatana Hindu Dharma. I wanted to create at least few thousand sannyasis who will radiate this science and teach this science to the world. So this monastery is going to be dedicated for that. So I am doing all the things needed. Anyone can come, freely stay and learn this science. You can go out and teach, or you can stay here and practice. So I am making it a place where this science will be revived. So now I have to organize and put the whole syllabus, everything together. So Paramashiva was downloading this whole system and science. So he was revealing some things about epigenetics. Listen, I'll give you listen, I am reading out the definition of epigenetics. Epigenetics is the study of heritable changes in gene expression that do not involve alterations to the underlying DNA sequence. These changes can be influenced by environmental factors, lifestyle, and other external stimuli. They can affect how genes are turned on or off. Epigenetic mechanisms include DNA methylation, histone modification, and non-coding RNA molecules. This is the basic definition. And I do have few more definitions given by AI. Now listen. I also saw a show in India Today Conclave, Playing God. I can tell them to project that link. All of you can watch. So I was looking at this kind of a discussion. I saw the science is also progressing in this line. And in that discussion, there are three different. One is ISKCON Guru talking about Gita, and another one is talking about making a profile. Eternally, it will be there in the social media even after you are gone, and it will tweet, post photographs like that, and social media profile. And next one is the biohack. The third person is talking about this epigenetics and all that, how the modern day epigenetic science can be brought in to live long are making death as an option. So listen. But one thing I found clearly, through this biohacking, all these epigenetics and everything, the science is developing and evolving. Through all this, surely you can make people live long. The health can be surely better, means the quality of your life can be raised in an amazing way. They can surely help you to live longer, but the science of Kayakalpa is not just living longer. Listen. Science of Kayakalpa is living as long as you want and leaving the body when you don't want, coming back and reusing the same body when you want again. I don't think that epigenetics will be able to give you that capability. See, Shankara, if you read our great masters, Shankara, Arunagirinadar, many of them had this Kayakalpa capacity. They leave the body, go, and even Vikramaditya had that capacity. They go, do assume a different Divya Sarira and do whatever they want. And when they feel like, they come back and start reusing the same body. That is what is Kayakalpa. So, an absolute freedom with the body, not just about longevity, it is not just about death is option, no. It's much more. Longevity, death is an option, you can leave the body when you want, and you can come back whenever you want and reuse even that same body again. This science, Kayakalpa, was there in Sanatana Hindu Dharma, is there in Sanatana Hindu Dharma, and it is possible to revive it. Be very clear. For this, Paramashiva was downloading. He revealed one of the important things, the science of epigenetics, how it is evolving. It can go only up to the level of longevity. It can give health. It can make you live healthy and long as you want, even up to 1,000 years, or it can make it like a death is an option also at one level. But once you decide to leave the body, die, dead, over. But Sanatana Hindu Dharma plays with epigenetics with consciousness. It plays with epigenetics with consciousness. The consciousness component, that superconsciousness component is added to the epigenetics, can give you the freedom of living healthy life, long life, as long as you want. You want to go to a different plane where you can't go with this body, so you can just keep this body in safe place. That safe place can be in one remote forest or a cave or even in the thin air. You can tell Vayudeva, please keep it with you. I'll come back and take it from you when I come back. So you can leave the body with Vayudeva and you can go do what do you want to do, things, and then come back and take the same body and use. You don't even need to assume new body. That is possible if the superconsciousness is added into this modern day epigenetics. Listen. When I was in Samadhi, this is the purpose for which Paramashiva was revealing all these truths. The power, if you have already experienced power manifestation, how many of you have seen in Kailash Courtyard, Adi Kailash? I'll just sit and initiate. All the Gurukul kids will start manifesting powers. How many of you have seen this with your own eyes? Pratyakṣa Pramāṇa. Raise your hand. Yes. Listen. All of you who have seen how the power manifestation works as a Pratyakṣa Pramāṇa, all of you can understand what I am saying now. From now, what I am talking is for those who have seen power manifestation as Pratyakṣa Pramāṇa. Listen, for them. Your DNA is made of the material called Jagat, from the Jagat, Panchabhuta. That's a material. I can say your gene. Made. And made by God, Ishwara, given to Jiva to enjoy. So, the different understandings, truths, listen, each of the truth is one power. For example, if you understand how your dreams can disappear the moment you divert your attention towards your soul, self, no nightmare can torture you. I don't know how many of you have observed. If you observe deeply, during your nightmare, the moment your attention turns towards your soul, your identity, you wake up. This is one of the power to change your reality. Same way in your life, any suffering, pain, just focus on the source, you. The whole situation will change. The Jagat you are experiencing will change. It is a power. It's a power. Listen. All you need to do is, with that strength, consciously you should turn in towards the source. So every understanding I have given now is a power. Playing with these powers is what is conscious epigenetics. See, what is the epigenetics in the modern world? The different, whether medicines or the physical activity or the lifestyle or the ecosystem, external things are used either to suppress some part of your gene or to make some part of your gene manifest. That's all is the epigenetics. Am I right? Are you all getting it? That's the utility value of the epigenetics. So, as long as you are playing only through using external factors, the results will be very less. But if you start playing using the superconscious factors like power manifestation, then the whole level is different. That is what I call conscious epigenetics. I can say the Kaya Kalpa can be roughly translated to superconscious epigenetics. From the point of view of the Jiva, even Ishwara and Jagat is part of Jiva. From the point of view of the Ishwara, even Jagat and Jiva is part of him. From the point of view of the Jagat, cosmos, even Ishwara and Jiva is part of him. From the point of view of the moksha, all four were always one. Even when you think the Jiva, Ishwara, Jagat are separate from each other. Counting never started because separation never happened. The oneness remains as oneness inside oneness is the point of view of the moksha. The point of view of the moksha as experience is what I call Paramadvaita. I think in this one satsang I have clearly given the fundamental truths about Jiveshwara Jagat, and almost I have given my bhashya, my comment, Paramadvaita bhashya of Brahma Sutra, and how various sampradayas evolve, and how various commentaries for Brahma Sutras evolve, how the various acharyas present various truths. You can understand just from this one satsang